What's going on, guys? Pete Logical here, and today I'm going to go over some Marvel news with you, all of you. Over the next couple days, I have a bunch of topics I want to talk about. They've been kind of floating around the past few days, so this one came out through a few days ago. It says published 3 days, so that would be on Wednesday when I put out the Captain America review, or Thursday. Anyways, whenever this came out, this came straight from Benedict Cumberbatch's mouth, and I'm going to go over the whole Doctor Strange stuff for you right now. So, if you're new here, please subscribe and like the video. Let's get into this. So, over on MovieWeb.com, they're going over Benedict Cumberbatch while speaking with Variety, and I want to read this part, and then I'll start talking about what I believe is what I think of this article. Alright, so, while speaking with Variety, Benedict Cumberbatch let it slip that he is not in Avengers Doomsday. Quote, "Is that a spoiler? F it," the actor says, revealing that he is not returning for the 5th Avengers movie. Doctor Strange won't appear in Avengers Doomsday because, quote, "the character does not align with this part of the story," explains Cumberbatch. This is not because of a contract dispute, but because Doctor Strange will have a much more significant role in the following Avengers movie, Secret Wars, saying he is, quote, "in a lot of the sequel." In terms of the MCU's future, Cumberbatch hints that despite his absence in Avengers Doomsday, Doctor Strange will be a major player. He says he's quite central to where things might go. He better be. He's one of your big characters, Disney. You better not let this man leave. Cumberbatch says, stopping short of discussing when the 3rd Doctor Strange movie will come out. Alright, so he is not leaving the MCU. That is a good thing. So what do I think of all this? So the good news is Benedict isn't leaving the MCU. So Doctor Strange is still going to be around. And another positive that I can draw from this is that Marvel's being smart about where they are and where they aren't putting their big characters. And the bad things about this is, unless Doctor Strange 3 comes out between now and then, Strange won't appear in 2025 or 2026. We're going to have to wait till 2027 in order to see him next. Which, in Doctor Strange 2, which is divisive of a movie, some fans love it, some fans don't. Most people don't like the movie. So it's very divisive amongst the fan base. Doctor Strange has been around for a really long time. In fact, I believe that aside from Bucky and maybe like one or two other Phase 1 characters, I think he might be our longest tenured. Like, aside from Thor and Bucky and other names like that have been around since Phase 1. He might be like one of the longest tenured. it's bad because of that. Another thing is he's been in every Avengers movie since his first appearance. And the third reason is that I believe, anyway, that he is one of Marvel's veteran characters that can benefit the movie if he's in Doomsday or Secret Wars. He's not going to be in Doomsday, but if he were, that the wins just would keep coming, in my opinion, man. So, does it hinder my excitement about Avengers Doomsday as a whole? Maybe a little bit. I can't lie, I'm disappointed. So yeah, it does hinder my excitement for it a little. But I want you all to keep in mind that the reasoning he gave, I think, is fair, because if he doesn't fit into the story, what's the point of even having him in the movie? Because at that point, you would be recycling stuff with this character that he did already before in Doctor Strange 1, 2, and in both Infinity War and Endgame. So, and even in No Way Home, he appeared in that movie as well. So, the point is, like, if the character doesn't fit, then I'm not really too concerned. There is a comparison I want to draw here, though, and I'll get to that in the next part of this. But the Russos specifically, who have directed movies like Winter Soldier, which you will get this Wednesday, Civil War, which you will get the following Wednesday, Infinity War, which, if you look over here, you can see my poster of it right here. It's one of my favorite films ever, and one of the only movies I can think of where the villain actually won in a comic book movie. So that was pretty cool, and everybody loves that film. It's one of it's, I believe, top 3 on everybody's list. So, and then of course they directed Endgame, which is the follow-up to that. So they haven't missed. So I am gonna give Marvel, Benedict Cumberbatch, and the Russos the benefit of the doubt that they know what they're doing, because Doctor Strange is one of their better characters, and this MCU cannot exist with only new ones. They need the veterans too to drive this forward and form more relations with the new ones that they're going to be introducing along the way. All right. So, with that out of the way, let's go into this one. So this comes from thedirect.com, and says, Doctor Strange 3, Benedict Cumberbatch confirms the next discussions are well underway at Marvel Studios. So, Benedict Cumberbatch, the first part goes over the stuff I just discussed with all of you. So Benedict Cumberbatch confirms Doctor Strange 3 talks. So, speaking with Variety, MCU star Benedict Cumberbatch confirmed discussions are underway between him and Marvel Studios regarding where his Doctor Strange goes in a potential Doctor Strange 3. Looking ahead to the MCU's future, Cumberbatch indicated that Strange is, quote, quite central to where things might go. He better be. I already stated that. After his last appearing in 2022's Multiverse of Madness. Furthermore, he cemented that he and Marvel have talked about a third solo movie, revealing questions he has been asked, such as, who do you want to write and direct the next Avengers movie? Calling Strange a very rich character to play, MCU veteran teased countless ideas for where he can go moving forward, saying, quote, "They are very open to discussing where we go next. Who do you want to write and direct the next one? What part of the comic lore do you want to explore so that Strange can keep evolving? He's a very rich character to play. He's complex, contradictory, and troubled human who's got these extraordinary abilities, so there's potent stuff to mess about with." While this news about Cumberbatch's MCU future is very positive, the star unfortunately confirmed that his character is not going to appear in Avengers Doomsday. Thankfully, that is not expected to be the case with Avengers Secret Wars. So he's going to have a major role in that and the MCU going forward. We already discussed that. Alright, so what to expect from Doctor Strange 3? So that blah blah blah. More than likely, the story is going to follow up on Doctor Strange 2's mid-credit scene, which puts Strange face to face with his on-again, off-again comic love interest Clea. Played by Charlize Theron, many expect them to dive headfirst into the dark dimension for a potential rematch with the all-powerful Dormammu. Unfortunately, due to the question of when the movie will be released in theaters, that could be one of numerous directions the sequel takes for its story. Due to Strange's expected role in Avengers Secret Wars, that film is sure to have major ramifications on where he goes in his solo story. The bigger question on that front is whether Doctor Strange 3 debuts in theaters before or after Secret Wars. Yeah, that's a big one, because if we remember, Ant-Man and the Wasp came out in between Infinity War and Endgame, where Ant-Man didn't appear in Avengers Infinity War at all, which was a surprise to a lot of us at the time. But then, when we saw Ant-Man and the Wasp, and then the post-credit scene took place, we were like, oh, okay, that's where he was when that stuff went down. And I think the rest of this isn't really stuff we already discussed. Okay, so, what do I think about the Doctor Strange 3 news? Well, the biggest win out of all this is that there's at least a conversation at Marvel Studios right now that Doctor Strange 3 is happening. We just don't know when the film will come out. Now, I hope that they pull an Ant-Man situation and release this after Doomsday and before Secret Wars. If possible, I think that would be the best case scenario for all of this, because it just wouldn't feel right if they could do their next appearance in Secret Wars, and it could be revealed that instead of going to Doctor Strange 3, they go straight from the Multiverse of Madness to Avengers Secret Wars. But that would be like a really, really long gap without explanation as to where they are going. So I hope we do get a third Doctor Strange movie and it takes place in between them. So, yeah, that's pretty much all about this. So do I think this is true? I 100% believe everything because it's hard for me to say that I don't believe the actor himself has when he has revealed this to a major source. So yeah, I 100% believe this. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Are you with me here? Do you disagree? Do you want Doctor Strange in more things? Do you want him in less? Do you think Doctor Strange is one of your favorite characters or one of the ones where you don't really want to see him back? I'm open to all discussions in the comments, so let me know where you guys stand. All right, and that's about it. See ya.